Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here today at Book Blather. If you're new here, I'm Dave, this is Olive, and we mostly talk about books to help spread the joy of reading. So, it's been a little over a week since we saw you guys, but we honestly we never had anything happen like that with the last video. So we're not Olive and I aren't like YouTube analytics experts, so we don't really know what to do. I figured it's probably just supposed to like leave everything alone until like it stops going nuts like that. So anyway, that's where we've been. So we got a little bit of a crazy snow day here. I don't know if you guys can see that through the window over there, but we got hit with a heavy snowstorm. We're in the northeastern U.S. So we're enjoying our snow day, right? We're probably going to go out play in the snow a little bit afterwards, right? What do you think? Yeah. Olive likes the snow. And so, but today we want to jump on here quick and we said we would do a separate TBR video for Wasted Weekend. So that's what we wanted to do for you guys quick today. If you're not familiar, Ollie over at the channel Criminali each August hosts a event called GarbAugust, where this is a month where we read only books that are, for many different reasons, considered by society as trash. And it's kind of an opportunity, it's an excuse, if you need an excuse, to just spend the month just reading absolute trashy books, celebrating trash, and having a good time with it. And so we had a good time co-hosting with that this past August. And so what happens in February, in case you need like a little fix, you can't wait a full year, there's what's called GarbAugust 2.5, which is sort of a little mini GarbAugust. It's just for a weekend. It's this weekend, February 17th and 18th, and it's called Wasted Weekend, right? So we want to jump on here and show you guys what we're targeting for that weekend, because that's just a few days away. So the first one, main one we're excited about is the ESP Worm. This is by Piers Anthony and Robert Margraf. So this was sent to us by our good friend Crystal over at Fiber Artsy, who has very sweetly sent us a number of books to read for these GarbAugust events. We read one this past GarbAugust she sent us called Phantom Lover, which is a supernatural romance. We've never read a book like that, but we actually had a good time with it. So that's part of the fun of this stuff, is trying stuff we wouldn't normally be reading. So Crystal was also kind enough to send us this with GarbAugust event in mind, the ESP Worm. And so Piers Anthony, famous, very prolific sci-fi fantasy writer, most known for the Xanth series, which is, coming close to like 50 books. He's still writing it. And Robert Margraf, who I think's biggest claim to fame was actually his collaborations with Piers Anthony. So this is a standalone, and what this is, it's so short, I'll just read it to you. This sounds like a winner. Earth's first alien visitor looks like a 12-foot-long cabbage worm, acts like a spoiled brat, and delights in taking over human minds for fun. Cumax's daddy, the terrifying swarm tyrant, wants him back and will snuff out the sun if the terrible tot isn't returned. The catch is, Cumax doesn't want to go home. Fortunately, Earth has a minister of intergalactic world affairs to handle the case. Unfortunately, the minister is the president's deadbeat cousin, hapless Harold Prodkin. So this sounds wonderful. An ESP Worm, a bratty ESP Worm alien kid whose dad is on a rampage to get him to come back home against his wishes. So I don't know this sounds like great fun. So we're pretty excited to read this. Okay. And then the other one is, not the other one, but one of the other things is, this past GarbAugust, we, for the first time, one of the categories was men's adventure. And for the first time, we read a Doc Savage book. And so we really had a good time with that. And so that's what we were going to read this time. We ended up, after that, we bought the next few in the series. There's like over 100 Doc Savage books, I think. And so we were looking at book 2, The Thousand-Headed Man. So Doc Savage is one of the most famous like men's action characters. He's an action hero, but he's really like basically like a superhero. He's amazing. Like he knows everything about everything, and he's like he can beat up like 20 guys at the same time by himself. And he's actually got like a little superhero posse of like I think 5 other guys, and who are all like super phenomenal and stuff, but nobody as much as Doc Savage. And we had great. You can see right on the back here, that picture, even the picture of Doc Savage looks like an action figure, right? And so we had great fun with it. So we definitely wanted to read more. And so that's the other one we were going to read. The other novel we're going to read. So you need to pick me up? You need a snack? I forgot to put your snacks over here. Hold on. Okay, here you go. There you go. Okay. Any little pick me up? Okay. Okay, so we're really slow readers. So I think all we're going to have time for is these two books. Like I said, Olive. So ESP Worm and the Thousand-Headed Man. And unless we... Olive! I don't know where Olive went. So unless we might try to fit in something else really short. Olive, come on, we're not done with the video. Olive, what are you doing? We're not done. We're filming the video over here. What? Oh! Olive. Olive, we talked about this. Olive. We talked about this. We said we weren't going to read any more of those. We specifically did our negotiation to pick out the different books that we were going to read for Wasted Weekend. And we had said, hey, we weren't going to read any more of these trashy Monsters of Grim Lakes books after Christmas. You know? So that's what we're going to be reading for Wasted Weekend. Definitely the ESP Worm. And we are definitely going to try to hit the Thousand-Headed Man, Doc Savage. Now, obviously, I guess Olive's pick is Stupid Cupid by Salem Sinclair, Book 3 in the Monsters of Grim Lake. So apparently she'll be reading that one over the course of Wasted Weekend. I rest assured I will not be reading that level of trash. So that's it. That's everything we got for Wasted Weekend. Let us, if by any chance you've read any of these, definitely leave us a comment and let us know what you think about them. But we're curious to hear if you're partaking in Wasted Weekend, what all of you are reading. If you don't leave anything substantive, you can always leave Olive a puppy emoji or a snowman, right? Since it's snowy today, because she does always like to see those. So I think we're going to go out and play in the snow in a few minutes. Enjoy this snow day that we have. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again very soon. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.